All right, everybody, here we are. We're at our problem set for lesson 16, and we're going to kind of move through this. And just kind of, there's certain things that I really want you to understand right away, and there's other things that I want you to chew on for a while, okay? And the thing I want you to understand right away is this. We call this long division, and we call this little box here is what we call the house in division, okay? So you see 7 divided by 2. And when we do division this way, it's 7 divided by 2. So 7's inside the house and 2's on the outside. I'm going to teach you a few ways to attack this problem. Well, the one way that we're going to do it, okay? So basically what we want to say is, how many times can 2 fit into 7 without going over? Basically, how many times can I count by 2 before I go over 7? And if I say to myself, well, if I go 2 times 3, well, that's 6, right? Because 2 times 4 would be 8 and go over. So 2, 4, 6 fits in 3 times. So what I would do here is write my 3 right above that 7, okay, and say, well, 2 fits into 7 3 times without going over, okay? Now, it's up to us to check that fact with multiplication, because what is 3 times 2? And that is 6. So I write my 6 down here, and then I subtract the difference. Okay, find out what the subtraction is on that one, okay? So when I subtract it, I'll end up with 1, right? 7 minus 6 is 1, right? So there's my division problem. It's done. So 7 divided by 2. I know that's not going to be even because I can't count by 2's to get 7. So it goes into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. And then I subtract it from 7, I get 1. So my remainder is 1, okay? Just like that. So down here, my quotient would be 3. My remainder is 1. Now I can check my work over here. Let me show you how that is done. I can say, all right, 3 times 2 is 6, and add my remainder. What do I get? 7. And that equals my divisor on the inside there, okay? Or dividend, I'm sorry. Okay, so over here, let's take a look at this. This might help you with it, okay? So the first thing I want to do is take all my dividend, my 7, and put them in here. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There they are, all my 1s, 7 1s, right? And down here, I'm going to split them into 2 groups. Okay, let me make a group here and a group here. See my 2 groups right there and there? And then what I do is I'm going to split those into those 2 groups. So what I want to do is I'm going to take one from up here and put it down here, cross it off. 1 and 1, there, okay? Take one here, put it down, cross it off. Here, put it down, cross it off. Remember, I want to stay even the whole way up, okay? It's important that I do that. And then I got 1 here, 1 here. Now, as you can see, if I zoom in on this real quick, I am left with that 1 left over. Okay, so this is my leftover remainder. I've got 2 groups of 3, right? Here. And I got a remainder of 1. So each group has 3 in it with a remainder of 1. And that's all that does right there for us, okay? So this whole problem has been done. All right? Now, teachers, if you have a specific way or a different way to teach long division this way, by all means, pause it and kind of go over it with your class. All right, down here, let's take a look. Let me zoom in on this one. Right? Okay. So, 27 divided by 2. All right? I know what this answer is in my head because I know that right off the bat how many 2's would fit into 27. I just know. Okay, so this one's going to be done a little different. As you can tell, my 27, my dividend, is 2 digits, just like on our I can statement, the two-digit dividend. So this is how this is going to look. I'm going to ask myself here. So 27 is split into a 20 and a 7. So I'm going to use this to explain it. How many 10s do we see in 27? 2 is correct. So I'm going to put down my 2 10s. Okay? How many 1s do I see in 27? 7 is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's my 27. 27 and 27. That's my dividend. That's the number I want to break down, okay? I'm going to break that down into 2 groups. So how we attack this is we attack it by the 10s and then the 1s, okay? So I say to myself, well, how many times does 2 fit into 2? I can do that. I can fit in that 1 time, right? So if I look over here and I split this into 2 groups, okay? This was a group and this is a group. See, these are groups. So I take one of these 10s, put it there, and one of these 10s and put it there, right? Good. Like I'm even. No remainders. So you see how that's the reason why I put 1 there, okay? There's 1 in each group. Over here, how many times does 2 fit in the 7? It's the same thing as we did up top, okay? So we're going to end up with the same thing. 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, and there's my remainder of 1, okay? So remember, we have 3 in each group, just like that, okay? So 2 fits into 27 13 times, because what is 2 times 13? What are 2 13s? Okay, so well, 1 times 2 is 2, right? I can do that and subtract it. So 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0, right? Okay. Now I take this 7, I'm going to bring this down. 2 fits into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. And then I subtract that and get 1. So my remainder is 1, just like I showed over here, okay? Now, I kind of got ahead of myself in this last one, but that's okay. We got some more practice to do. So if we take a look at this whole thing, I don't want this to intimidate you. Eventually, this is all going to make a lot of sense to you, all right? Right now, it's just kind of a learning process. We're introducing it to you, and you're going to just do your best to kind of learn, ask questions here too, okay? And again, teachers, pause and add your little twist to it any way you can. So my quotient is 13, and my remainder is 1. So now let's go check our work. I start off with my 13, and I'm going to multiply that by 2. Okay? 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2, 26. Then I add that remainder of 1, and I'll get 27. Okay? Just like that. All right, let's try the back. Okay, so number 3 says 8 divided by 3. All right, it's a single digit dividend. So it's 8 divided by 3. Here's my house. Let's give it, no, so we're just dealing with the ones place here, okay? So I have 8 ones. I'll write those in over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in dividing this by 3, so I'm going to need to show 3 groups down here, okay? So I'm going to do this. 1, there. So I got 1, 2, 3 groups. See how those go? Now I'm going to divide those into these 3 groups evenly as best I can. So I'm going to put 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, okay? 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Okay, now I'm left with 2, and I can't fit, I have 3 groups, so I can't put those into 2 groups and leave the other one empty. So my remainder here is actually going to be 2, okay? So what does this look like here? 8 divided by 3. Well, 3 fits into 8. I can fit 2 3s into 8, 3, 6, right? So that's where that 2 comes from, like that. Then what I do is say, I check my work right here. I say 2 times 3 is 6. I subtract that. 8 minus 6 is 2. And there's my remainder is 2. So I bring this up and say remainder 2. Okay? So my quotient is 2 and my remainder is 2. Let's check our work. Okay, so start with 2 times 3. That's going to give me 6. I'm going to add my remainder, see if I get 8. And I do. Okay, it checks. All right, now we're going to add 38. Okay, so we add the tens place to this. There's our 2-digit dividend. Okay, the 38. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this one a little bit better than I did the last one. Okay, so I got 38. So let's show that here. 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? And again, dividing it into 3 groups. So I'm going to make 3 groups down here. Okay, so 1, 2. Good, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Now, tens pretty easy. I got 3 tens, 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. I used all those up there. Okay, so here's the same thing. Divide is the 8. So let me show you over here what we just did. 3 fits into 3 one time, right? So so I put that there. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract that, I get 0. So that means I have 0 remainders. You see that? 0 remainders. So then what I do is bring down my 8. So now it's our turn to divide the 8s. So 3 fits into 8. How many times? We know how many times, 2. Because I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've got 2 left over. Okay? So 3 fits into 8 2 times without going over, because 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract that, I get 2. There's no more numbers to bring down because 8 was in the ones place, so we're good. So my remainder here is 2. So now, see what I got here is just the 12. See, each group has a 1, 10, and 2 ones. That's what that is, with the remainder of 2 in the ones place. So I'm going to check my work. I'm going to start off with my answer, my quotient, which is 12, and my remainder is 2. And I multiply that by 3, which is my divisor out here. See what I get. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Add 2. Add that remainder onto it. I get 38, which was my original dividend right there. Okay? Hopefully some of this is making more sense to you. Okay? And don't worry, we're going to be doing a lot of this practice. All right, last page coming up. All right? We've got 6 divided by 4. All right? So here we go. Here's my 6 divided by 4, right, inside my house here. So I'm going to put my 6 ones down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to divide this into 4 sections, okay? So let me do that. Cut that off there. There, 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Now I need to divide these in. So I'm going to put 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And I only have 2 left, so I don't have enough to get handed out to everybody else. So that's my remainder. So how many goes in each one? Just 1, right? Because only 1 4 fits into 6 without going over. So 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract it, I get 2, and there's my remainder. Remainder 2. So my quotient is 1, my remainder is 2. So I do 1 times 4 equals 4, add 2, I get 6, which is my dividend. Now the one down here is 86. Let's check that out. Okay, so 86 divided by 4. I can do that. Okay, so 8 tens. See the 80 and the tens there? 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm dividing both of these place values by 4. So let me get that done. Draw a line there. Excuse me. And then I split this into fourths. 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's start with the tens place. All right, let's split up that 8 tens, the 4 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, look, I got 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So I know that 2 4s fits into 8, right? 4, 8. So I know this is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. And I subtract it, I get 0. There's 0 remainder there, okay? Now, I've got 6 1s. So I need to split that 6 1s into 4 groups, just like I did up here, okay? Just like I did there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got 2 left over here that I can't put in these areas because it would be uneven. So it looks like I've got 1. See how each section is 20, 2 10s, and 1, 21, 21. So 1 times 4, oh, I dropped the 6 down because that's what I did there. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract it, I get 2. And there's my remainder of 2. Okay? And then I check my work. 21 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And I add 2. I get 86, which is my dividend right here. And let's not forget to put on our quotient and remainder here. 21 with a remainder of 2. Okay. So this was your first look into long division, or how this process is going to run. And this process we really want you to understand. And we're going to really hammer this hard, make sure that you get it, you understand it, and that you're doing well with it, okay? So before we finish, we're going to do one last thing, some practice, and it's on the next slide over. And it'll be pages that I handed out to you teachers in your little white bin outside your classroom. Okay, so we're going to practice with that and kind of go over it. It should only take you maybe 5 to 10 minutes, all right? Okay, nice job today, kids. We'll see you on Monday.